Good morning, children. We are going to continue with chapter 5, Microsoft Office Access. I hope, children, all the terms that we studied in previous class is clear to you, because we are going to use those terms, those terminology in today's class, and we will learn how to create a database, how to fill in the records. Fine. So let's get started with this. So children, this is the topic, creating database in Access. What we will do today, we will create a database in Access by starting from a blank database. It would be totally blank, okay, and we will add objects to it. Then with MS Access 2007, there are database templates that you can select from. So how will you open your database, your Access file? First you need to go to start button. So for this first step is start Microsoft Access 2007. How will you do it? You will go to start button, you will click on all programs, then you will go to MS Office, and after clicking on MS Office, there is a list of applications of MS Office. From there you will select what? You will select Microsoft Access 2007. Children, when you follow all these steps, what you will see something like this on your screen. See, this is the thing. This is Microsoft Office Access, the front page of it. Fine. So you will see this. Then let's go back to your textbook. Then what you will do, you will click on blank database. So there at the very top, there would be a blank database here. You will click on this. Then you need to type a name for a database. So when you click on this blank database, at the right side of the window, a pane will open and it will ask for the name of the database. So whatever record you're going to keep, like if you're going to keep record of a student, so you need to write that student record. Or if you're going to keep record of employees, so employee record. Like this related name you will type in this, and then you will create click on create. Fine. So your new blank database will be created, and you will see this kind of blank table in the data sheet view. Fine. Let's continue with the steps. Then what we need to do, we need to open our Access that we have done. Then we need to click on blank database. So when you click on blank database, at the right side, as you can see here, it is asking for file name. So what I will do, I will write student here, because we will continue with student records here, and I say create. When I click on create, see, you've got a blank database with you. Fine. I hope this is clear, children. So children, if you recall what we studied in the previous class, that these are the ribbons, this is the ribbon and the tools that we are going to use. This is what? Navigation pane, right? And this side is document pane. And what is this? This is object tab. So when we are going to make records and forms, that also will come here, and those things will be listed in navigation pane. Fine. So let's see what new is there to learn about it. Children, we studied how to create a blank database in Access. Now we will study about how to create database on a template. So let's understand what is template. Children, Access provides you very different kinds of templates with you, like students or contacts or employees. All these kind of templates are there. So whatever use you have, like if you want to make a student record or employee record or a contact record, so already a predefined database is there, and with it all the list, all the records, or all the query, whatever the thing is related to that particular record or that particular table, all would be listed out there, and it is professionally being made for you, so that you just need to go and fill in the records in it. Fine. And what all will be present there, bache? It will be template, tables, forms, and reports would be there. So you don't have to create all those things. It will be already created for you. You just need to make changes in it. Whatever you want you can keep it, whatever you don't want you can remove that as well. So let's see how we start with this. To create a new database using database templates, what you need to do, you will go to Microsoft Office button. This means that you have already opened your MS Access. After that, what you need to do, you will create on new. Then again you will see that front page of that database, this one, and from here you will go to local templates. The left side there is local template option. You will click on it. Local template options will open. From there you will select any one of those template. Like here it is written, click on the template you wish to use. Then you need to type the database name and it will be created. So let's see. So we are on this front page of this, right? Then what you need to do, you need to click on local database. That was at the left side. As you can see here, local templates is written here. And what all here templates are there? Assets, contacts, events, you if you want to manage, and faculty, like whatever employees you have, that thing. So there are so many templates you can choose from. So let's continue with the students and let's see what all tables, records and forms were there that we can make with this. So when I click on this, on the right hand side, this file name has come by default, students 2. Let's go with this only and create this. So when you click on create, a new database is created with student 2 as name. So as you can see children, here I will open this navigation pane for you. See, in navigation pane there are so many things listed out here. There are tables, there are records. So these are the things that are already inbuilt. And when we made that blank database, it was totally blank. These field names were not there. So according to the requirements, all these fields have been made. Obviously when you enter a student list, you will need first name, last name, email address, or phone numbers, or company phone number, job, whatever it is. Like whatever you need from these you can keep it, and what you don't, you can remove that. So these are student details. Okay, then these are all the things that you can use. See, all students, if you want to see all the students, this will be there. If you want to enter students detail, this form is there to enter the student detail. So these have already been made, but when you use a blank database, you have to make all these things from the scratch. I hope this is clear children. Children, now we will learn how to create tables in database. So before that, let's understand what are the components of tables. What is table actually? It is a main element of database, and it contains one or more tables. The database contains one or more tables, and in tables, the table contains data about a specific kind of object. If it is a student record, it will contain all the information about student, right? So specific kind of object. So tables are arranged in rows and columns, that we know, and columns are known as fields and rows are known as records. So what is a field? A field is the smallest unit of data in a database. You can store in the database described by one or more fields. You can create fields and you can record your data in it. And what is a record? Record is a group of related entries. Like a student name would be a field, student roll number would be a field, but record would be student name plus student roll number. So these are the group of related entries, right? So that would make it as a record. Now how to create a table in database? The thing is, where you will go, you can create a table in 3 ways. First is datasheet view, then design view, or table template view. So first we will see how to create it with a design view. In design view, what will happen, bache? You can decide the structure of the new table on your own. Mean you are free to do anything with it. And what you will do, you will create new field names with these table. Okay, and for that what you need to do, you need to learn about data types, mean what kind of field names you create, and what data type you will enter in it. So you can give short description about the field also. So what is elements of the table? What are the elements of the tables? First is field names. And what is field name? Children, I told you what is field, right? It is a small data unit of data in a database. Fine, that was field. Now what is field name? It is a unique name for each field in your table. So whatever record you're going to keep, that you need to make fields for it, and you need to decide the field name for it, and that should be unique name. So I told you, like, for a student record, field name could be student name, right? And second, for roll number, you can say student ID. It should be unique. It should be unique, means it shouldn't match with other field names. Fine. Now it is a good idea to use descriptive names that remind you of the contents of that field. So it is saying it should be descriptive, so that you can, like, by looking at the name only, you can understand, okay, what records or what values or data you can find in that field. Fine. Now a field name can include up to 64 characters. So remember that how many characters you can enter, like only 64. So this is a great amount of data characters you can use, and this much length it is telling you that you can enter to give the name of the field. So children, to create field names, you need to understand the data types as well, because it would be very beneficial, very relevant to understand what is data type. Because the thing is, when you're creating a field name, you need to know that what kind of data should be entered in that field. For example, if the field name is student name, so what kind of data you can enter in that? Can you enter numbers in student name? No, because no person will have numbers as their name. So what would be the data type of student name? It would be text. So text is a data type of for that field. And let's say field name is there for phone number. So in phone number, what kind of data you can enter? Only numbers. So number is a data type. I hope this is clear. You can't enter what you say, text in phone number. So by selecting the data type, you're restricting your users to only fill correct answers. We learned how the database enables us to give that data redundancy, right? The duplicacy of it, the inconsistency of it. In the fourth chapter we studied, right, how it enables us to only fill the correct answer or the correct data to the record. So how does that? With the help of data types. So when you select data type, children, it will enable only to enter that specific data only in that field. So let's get started with it. The first data type is text. It is a default data type used for entering text only, and the maximum number or of characters you can enter is 255. So this much amount of space it gives to the text data type. Then second one is number. It includes numeric data like integers, decimals, etc. So you can enter all these things in number. Then there is third one, currency. Like if you are dealing with accounts or record, so you need to have this currency also. There are different kinds of currency: dollar, pound, rupees, everything you will find in currency, right? It is used for entering financial data, obviously when you're dealing with finance. And if it is of India or abroad, it would, like, you need all the horizons to be covered, right? So currency is there. Then auto number. Children, auto number data type assigns a unique number. Like if you start from 1, so if you the record will go on from whatever you need to enter in it. You don't have to change again and again, like after 1 you don't have to write 2, 3. It will assign on its own. Fine. Now fifth one is date and time. So like if a record is there for a student, you need to enter date of birth or a date of admission. So obviously you need date. Fine. So the thing is, you can manage like every time we enter data of date, how like first date comes, then month, then year. We can replace that, we can change all the settings of this also. However you want, you can do that with date and time. Now there is an yes or no. A logical field is there where you can answer as yes or no, true or false. Like if you're making a what you say, like in the form it is written, do you have a Aadhaar card? So you can put yes or no. If yes, then you need to enter the value of that Aadhaar card. So like this, yes or no can be used, children. Fine. Now we will learn how to create table in design view with all these data type, using all these data type and with these descriptions. So to create a table in design view, what we need to do, we need to click on table design button on tables group in create tab on the ribbon. So let's follow it simultaneously, all these steps. We'll go to our access, we'll go to create tab, then in tables group, this table design is there. When you click on it, automatically these field name and data type is there and description is there. So whatever is given in your textbooks, we will do accordingly. Fine. So what you need to do, we need to create a student table with the following structure. So what it wants, the field name should be, the first field name should be admin number, and data type should be number because it is a number, so data type is number. Then description would be unique admission number of a student. Why unique? Like two students can't have same admission number, otherwise your record would be like with the redundancy, duplicacy of records. That can't happen in database, otherwise the purpose of the database is lost, right? So admin number with unique admission number. So what you will fill, like let's go to access. What is to be filled in field name? It is admin number, right? So we will fill in as admin number. Then data type, what was data type? It was number, so there is drop down menu here, you can select number. And what description you have to write? Unique admission number. So I wrote that in description, unique admission number. Next one is what we need to do, F name. That would, name is in text, right? And what does description, what description it has? That first name of student. So we will fill that F name here, F name. Then what kind of data type it is? It is text, so we will keep it as text. First name of student. Next one is last name, and name should be in text. So what is the description? Last name of student. Then class, class should be always a number, and description class. Then obviously section. Then what is the data type of section? Obviously text, because you write A, B, C, these kind of sections are there, right? So then date of birth, date and time, data type would be selected, and for fee, currency would be selected. True. So let me just type all these things and get back to you. So children, as you can see, I have typed all the field name, data type and description as it is written in your textbook. Now let's continue with all the steps. Children, I've already done this step. See, step 2, it says click in the first cell under the field name. So I did that. When it was all blank, I selected this first cell and wrote admin number, then selected data type of it, and wrote about the description about it, right? So that's what it is saying. First cell you need to go under the field name, type admin number, then you need to select data type, then select number, then description, and click the next field available. So we have done this. Now what you will do, So children, we will discuss about the properties of a field. When we have entered all the field names, data type, description, there is this property field that will appear at the bottom of the page, and we will see what all properties you can change. Okay, so here are few properties that is being listed out. First is size. So what is size? Size defines the value that can be entered in that field. See, for text we had 255 characters, so more than that we can't enter in that field. So only that amount of characters we can enter in text field, like that. So format, it defines the pattern in which data can be sorted out. We will look one by one. Okay, then caption, if you want your field name to appear in your data sheet on form or report or query, then caption helps you with that. Then required will enable a user to fill that record, then only move on to forward in any field, because without that the person will not be able to go to next field or next record. Now indexed, if you select it as yes, it will create an index field that can be used to search and sort value in the field. So if you want to search something inside that field, this index will help you to do that. Now let's see how these is shown on the page, right? So this is where the database is. Now children, you can see the I filled all the field name, data type, description, right? But these are the properties that are associated with the field name. See, for admin number, if I click on this, these are the like field size would be long integer type. So you can change this if you don't want long integer, only single amount or double or replication ID, you can make these changes. Now next one is format. So format was to sort the data, right? So how you want to sort your data, in general number or in currency or euro, whatever you want your data to be sorted as, you can select that. Okay, then how many decimal numbers you want, after the decimal also you can do, because like admin number is just a whole numbers, right? Admission number is not in decimal, so we can't choose anything from here right now. We will say it as 0, right? Caption, right now, like caption, if you want to add to this, so what you will do, you will write admission number. So admission you can write like this, and it will show in a table, data field, everything it will show. Fine. Is admission number required? Right now it is no, but you can make it mandatory to fill in the data by saying it yes. And index also, if you want, like if you want to sort your data, so you will say yes to like if you're okay with duplicates, then you can say yes, or if you're okay not okay with duplicates, you can say yes for that also. So like this you will index choose the format of this. So I hope children these all things are clear. Please read it out once, then only we'll continue how to create data and the records. So this is how you fill in the field names and data types. I hope this is clear, but it would be more like clear if you practice on your own in your laptops or PC. If you have, that is much better to do. Like all the steps are there in your book, just follow those steps and continue with access in your PCs or laptops. So children, this was all for today. I hope you will read all those things, and if you have any doubt, any problem, just message me and I will clarify it. Okay children, so thank you and have a great day.